And one in particular just so happens to have a team that Richie and I are historically high on. Carolina Panthers and the Jacksonville Jaguars. All right. And this is funny because Richie is probably, I'm sorry. Right now, Richie is perplexed because he has two of his sweetheart teams staring at him in the face. The Jacksonville Jaguars, which, if I remember correctly, he chose them to win the AFC South this year. And the Carolina Panthers, Bryce Young, right? They traded Adam Thielen, brought back Hunter Renfrow in. Talk to me on this one. Preview, prediction, the Carolina Panthers and the new age Jacksonville Jaguars. Talk to me.
I think there's a new version of the Jacksonville Jaguars now, man. They're going to be a weekly team that has the NFL scope on them, and it's because of one man, and that's Travis Hunter. I mean, I really do believe that Travis Hunter going to the Jacksonville Jaguars, it's such a unicorn type of player where everybody's going to be glued to the Jaguars now and checking in. You saw the unofficial depth chart come out. He's a starting wide receiver and a backup corner. So I do expect him to be on the football field in certain packages on defense, maybe late in the game in clutch situations on big third downs on defense. But he's going to be primarily a wide receiver in this offense. I'm intrigued with this matchup. I'm excited to see what Bryce Young looks like. I think him getting benched last year was the best thing that could have happened to his career. I think it was a wake-up call for Bryce. I think Ted McMillan in his rookie debut, I'm excited to see what he looks like. Chuba Hubbard, they still got playmakers over there. Xavier Legette hasn't really lived up to anything. What is he going to look like? They traded away Adam Thielen. But, man, the Jaguars, they got a really underrated 1-2 punch at running back in Bigsby and ETN. And they got BTJ, Travis Hunter, who could emerge as another really good threat at wide receiver. So it's going to be a fun one, man. And I really feel like this game is going to come down to the wire. Now, I'm going to lean towards the Jacksonville Jaguars in this one on the road, but it's not like I'm saying that with a lot of confidence. No, I'm sorry. Jaguars are at home. So I'm taking the Jaguars at home in this game for sure. So give me the Jaguars at home, close matchup. They're going to get the W.
Man, it is a tough one. Do I want to go with Jacksonville due to home field advantage? Do I want to, right? Because there's a lot of question marks here. Was the whole Bryce Young getting benched and then getting the nod as the starter midway through the season, he completely blows up. Everybody on the internet, including myself and Richie, really hyping up this Bryce Young comeback story. Is that real? Or was it just, a flash in NFL history? I look at where they're at. You have Xavier Legette on the outside. They traded Adam Thielen back to the Vikings. But now you have Hunter Renfrow out of the slot, who I'm a big fan of. I think that this is actually a really good move for them. And then Ted McMillan, a brand new rookie. I'm not a big fan of the Jacksonville Jaguars secondary. I'm not. I love their defensive line, obviously, with Josh Hines, Allen, Eric Armstead, and even Travion Walker, who at one point was a first overall pick. So pressure is going to be there. But the Carolina Panthers offensive line is also very talented. I love what they put together in the trenches for them. Give me the Panthers on this one. I think that they're going to skirt out with an away win. I think Bryce Young picks up exactly where he left off. And then hopefully the Panthers defense also has something to say about it. I'm not entirely sure that I trust Trevor Lawrence to go out there and win week 1 until proven otherwise. TD, thoughts?
Yeah, Dan, it looks like we're 2 for 2 on agreeing here. I have Carolina winning this game as well. Jacksonville are frauds. Trevor Lawrence isn't going to take them anywhere. I'm not a big fan of Bryce, but at least there's upside there where he showed a little bit of promise at the end of last season, and I think he can build on that. They built a nice roster over there. Now they have to execute. That's the reality. They need to execute now, but I'm going to go with the Carolina Panthers in this game on the road, putting a shocker on Jacksonville and establishing themselves as a serious team in the NFL this season.
Both of them, I'm looking at their defensive roster, and I am embarrassed to admit that I'm really unfamiliar with just about every single name that I'm looking at right now on the Carolina Panthers defense. I really am. Maybe that's my own fault, or maybe they're struggling just as much as the Jacksonville Jaguars are on the defensive side of the football. At least Jacksonville has a quality defensive line and pass rush. The only notable name that I really see is J.C. Horn, who at one point was the highest paid cornerback in the NFL for about 3 seconds. it's going to be high scoring, like barring Jacksonville completely laying an egg and just not getting it going offensively as they adjust into a brand new sort of play caller. But I'm still going to ride home. Here's my question to you. Expectations for Travis Hunter, week 1. All right. What do you think that young man does during his matchups on both sides of the football?
He's going to be primarily a wide receiver, and he's listed as a backup corner, but he's going to get snaps. I think he's going to be on there like third down, third and longs, maybe, obvious passing down situations. And it's going to be interesting to see if he's able to make plays. Like when he's out there, he had a missed tackle in the preseason. And, I feel like if he was out there as an every down corner, offenses are going to attack him, not just by throwing the ball, but running in his direction. And I have a lot of interesting thoughts of Travis Hunter this year, just in terms of expectations. You got Brian Thomas Jr., that helps. If he was the only receiver there, it would be a little bit more concerning because there's not really any help. But he does have Brian Thomas Jr., who established himself as a legit number 1 receiver. So he's got that, which is definitely going to benefit him. But I'm also looking at Trevor Lawrence because this is kind of his not this season, but this coaching regime right here. This brand new coach, Liam Cohen, is his 3rd coach. He was the 1st overall pick. Trevor Lawrence is not a scrub. He's a good quarterback, but he's not great. And can he ever be great is the question. Like Trevor Lawrence, if he was a scrub, then Brian Thomas Jr. would not have been as good as he was. Like, he's a quarterback that can throw the ball, he can make the right throws, but he's not consistent, and he's never good enough to, like, really show, wow, this guy's great. Like, is he going to just be that for the rest of his career? He's good? Or can he take that step? Do you guys think he's capped out, and what we've seen from Trevor Lawrence is what we've seen, or do you think Liam Cohen can be the guy to unlock?
So you guys know how I feel about Tua, right? Like, y'all know how I feel about Tua's better than Trevor Lawrence. And that's saying something coming from me.
Yes, he is.
That's means something coming from me, especially with my thoughts, right? My thoughts have not changed on Tua. I still think he has his share of several problems. But Trevor, dude, I'm talking, say that he can't turn it around, and if Liam Cohen can't get this kid working and live up to the 1st overall hype, he's got to be in the conversation for one of the worst 1st overall draft selections in quite some time, at least in the modern era. TD, some additional thoughts on Trevor Lawrence. Go ahead.
Good enough not to be good enough. I keep telling y'all, man. There is a midsection in this NFL. In that category, I'm telling you, it's the worst quarterback you can have for your franchise, because you'll be stuck with them for so long trying to figure out the puzzle, and then you get to the end realizing you never had all the pieces. You never had all the pieces to begin with. You got a 10,000 piece puzzle, and you get down to the very end, and there's one piece missing, and it's nowhere to be found. That's who he is. He's good, but he's not good enough. So yeah, Trevor Lawrence, man. I just think that he's going to continue to put up numbers that aren't disappointing, but they aren't jumping out the gym. He's going to win just enough games to not win enough games. And that's what the Jags are going to deal with the quarterback like that.